Hello everyone, welcome to Waving My Life. In today's video, we are going to make a to-do list application with Vue 3. So we get a clean idea about composition API as well as Vue 3. So let's just jump right into our computer. So now that we are in our computer, we will start with creating a new project. For that, we will open up our terminal and cd into desktop. Desktop. And we will create our project here. You can create the Vue project in any directory. Vue create to do this. So we will run this command and we will run default Vue 3 Babel ESLint. So it will install, and with the magic of video editing, you will be right into VS Code. So we are in our project directory now. So what I will do is get rid of the extra components and everything, and we will write just our code. Margin 0, padding 0, box sizing, border box, and font family Arial. Font family Arial. So let's just jump right into coding the HTML. So we will have a header. So for that, let's just create a component. So Vueter will complete it for me. And next, what I will do is do a mm, header here, and this header will have the each one of to-do list app. And I will quickly do some CSS here. So basically what I have done is added some padding and background to here, and we will move to app.js and import the component header. And import header view from component slash header view. Okay, so here we will have our header. And similarly, we will create a footer file for it, and I will fast forward this part. So now that we have imported our header and footer, let's just stylize our body. Okay. So header view and footer view done. And now just stylize according to my style. Body, this, flex, 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 direction column. Min, point, ph. Sorry about that. And next we will stylize our main portion. So select 0, 1. Let's just save it and open it up in the in the browser. So we will run yarn dev, sorry, yarn serve. So it is open on our local host. We will open it up. So there is to-do list app, copyright webbing my life. So the footer is a bit bigger. So I will change the H1 to be paragraph, and let's just see. So it is now much better. So let's just jump into the main part. So in the main section, we will have class of center card. There will be a top part. Inside that top part, there will be a form with input text. Its name will be like, let's say, our to do, and ID will be to do. So, and add a button, and we will like say add to do. So let's just say our card, we will display less justify content, enter, align items, center, and then inside the main we have the top part, padding 20 pixel, around, let's say, I will use Jack Cyan for it, and let's just have a look how it looks. So there is our add to do form. It looks good, but can be better. So let's just do some more styling. So now we need to implement the functionality of adding to do. We'll come to the CSS later again. So let's set our setup function as per Vue 3 standards and return so that I remember to return things. And now we will have let to do text equal to ref, and we have blank string to start with, and to do text. Okay. So I haven't told about it in the previous video, but in input cases, you can have um, view directive called VModel, which basically is a two-way bond between the variable and the input field. So when the input field is updated, the variable will be updated. When the variable is updated, the input field will be updated. And it's a two-way bond. So this will help us to means track them to do changes, and let's see how it works actually. You will understand it better then. So we will say is VModel to do text, and let's just go to a center card and render about to do text, and you will understand what I am telling. So let's just save. Okay, what's the error? Ref is not defined. Yeah. So ref. Yeah. Now it's defined. So let's just see. HELLO. See, we were rendering this to do text. So that's how the two-way binding works. Okay. So next we need to add the functionality of click. So for that we can use another Vue directive called add click. And what we will do is add to do to text. So we need to define that function. Let add to do to list will be a function which updates, let's say, our to do's array. Let to do equal to an array to do dot push to do text dot value. Let's make it a reference so that it will be updated easily. And let's just export both to dos and add to do to list. Let's just also console.log to dos to dos dot value. So let's just console log that to for our check, and let's just make the to do text dot value will be empty string. So let's just make this for check, and I will open up the console, and I will clear this. So let's just say our first to do, add to do. Okay, to do's dot push is not a function. Oh, to do's, so we cannot push. So that's an error from my side. Sorry about that. To do's will be equal to, we can use the spread operator on to do's dot value, and then we insert our own to do value, to do text. Okay, so let's just save and run that. Let's say to do one, add to do. Okay, it is saying undefined. I guess console dot log to do's, that will do. To do one, add to do reference, and we can see its value prototype array 0. Let's just add our second to do, add to do. Here during execution of app, undefined is not iterable. Okay, to do's dot value should be that. So let's just save and see. So reference is being rendered. So let's just do one thing, to do's dot value. Let's just save and run it. And let's just say to do one, add to do. That's a proxy of array one. To do two, add to do. Then proxy one, 0, array 2. So the array is being updated properly. So now we need to do is render the array. So instead of to do text, we will go div container. We will say to do container, and we will say to do item, and we will render v4. We will use v4 as I showed in the last video. V4 can be used to render list items easily. So we will do to do in to do's, and we can also get the index from here. To do and the index, and we will use this index to as the key index, and we will render the to do here. So let's just save and run the code. So I guess there is the VJ true. Okay. So it is getting the reference directly to do text dot value. We need to save the value. So let's just refresh our page. To do one, add to do two, add to do. So our to dos are being rendered properly, and now what we have to do is to style them. To do. Get it? Yeah. So we have named them, I guess, to do item. To do item. So what we will do is add a background of EF00. Let's just say this orangey red. I was going for orange, but it turned out to be a red color. Okay, orange, and let's just say padding 20 pixel. Let's just save. Yeah, it looks good. I want a brighter orange though. So margin pixel 0 and 20 pixels should be reduced to 10 pixel, 20 pixel. Yeah, that looks much better. So font size 1.2 rem as we are going with the bigger font today. So let's just save, and here are our to do. So we can now add to do 3, add to do 1, to do 2, to do 3. That's good, but now we need a way to delete these to-dos from the list. So for that, we will add a delete button. We will do is remove to do, and we will take the index so that we can do it easily. So we need to export a function called remove to do. Let remove to do will be a function which takes an index, and to do dot value will be to do dot value dot slice, and we will take the index and go for 1. Okay, so to splice won't work actually. So we will do is filter where we will take the index as an input, and we will return the output is index not equal to index, I not equal to index. Okay, so we need to export this remove to do function. So let's just save. So class remove to do, let's just save it. Currently to do 1 add to do. So there is the big cross button, and if we click it, it should be gone. Why isn't it gone? To do is being added, but I cannot remove to do's. Okay, so let's just remove the console log from here first, and then
2,000 years later.
finish that. So, guys, I found the error after a bit of searching, which is easily we need to get the index not equal to index. So first, always in the filter function, the first element is the element, then the index comes. But I was taking index directly, so that didn't work. That's why. Okay, so I need to remove the console log as well. So now if I save, so let's say our first to do add cross, our first to do add, now cross, only one to do is being removed. So now it's time for styling again. Because I cannot endure having a bad style actually. So that's looking good. We can remove to do, we can add to do, but the main functionality of to do is currently missing. we cannot mark if our to-do is done or not. So for that, we need to update our to-do object a bit. So instead of just inserting the to-do dot value, we will insert an object of text will be this, and is done property will be false by default. Okay, so let's just save it, and to do text the value is text. So now we need to adjust for it text, and what we will do is we will add div and input text. We don't need a name or ID. We let's model it against the to do dot is done. Okay, and let's just add something to say to do dot is done is properly showing. For that, what we can do is say, let's say let's just mind our class with this to do dot is done. If true, we will add a class of done. Otherwise, will add no class. So in done, what we will do, done color will be black. I think it is already black. So if to do it is showing the false as a big text. Okay, we need to change it from text to checkbox. Checkbox. Not that one. Sorry. That will be text, and this will be checkbox. And this input will be checkbox. Checkbox. So the text color is changing to black. That's good. So what we can do is, because the text color is changing to black, but in the case of to do item color white, so this should be implemented. Done color black. Text decoration line through at that, and we will say to do container div class left for left side, left display left. That will do. Just content center, align item center, gap 5 pixel. That will do. Now let's just refresh our page and add a to do. So our first to do is here. We tick it, that's crossed, and we if we untick it, it is again in normal text. I think the black color isn't doing so well, so we will color it green, I guess, because we need to show that the to do is done and yeah, hooray. So for that, I will use the green yellow color. So if now it looks good. So now we can mark our to do if it is done or not done. We can delete a to do We can add a to do. The only functionality left now is to edit a to do. So let's just say my approach will be, there are many approaches to this you can take. So let current edit index equal to -1, and if current edit index equal to -1, then to do your value will be this, or else, oh, sorry, we will edit the value of that thing, else pp dot value of that index, current edit index, will be text will be to do text dot value, to do text dot value, and is done will be, sorry, is done will be to do value current index, sorry about that, dot is done. So this is a complicated function. What it is doing is seeing that if current index equal to -1. Otherwise, it is doing is that it is updating the to do. Let's see if it works or not. Let edit to do equal to, it will take an index as input, and so current edit index dot value will be index, and we need to use current edit index dot value, current edit index dot value, and this is not a normal thing. This will be a ref. Default value will be -1, and then we will export current edit index and edit to do, and we will add another button to our right side of the div right, and there will be a button class, classes. So at click, it will do is edit to do of current index, and the text on it will be edit. So let's just save and see how it works. And we need to do one more thing, which is after everything is done, we need to say uh, what should we say? Current entity index dot value equal to -1, and to do text dot value equal to none. So let's just save all of this and see if it works or not. Refresh the page one time. Our first to do add was second to do add. We can tick off our second to do and edit, 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 edit. Okay, edit second to do. Let's just say QQQ and got is done of undefined. Okay. q equal to value of current index, and so we need to say to do in q, right? And the another thing we need to do in edit to do is set our text to do text dot value equal to do dot value current index dot text. So let's just save and see. So let's just say our first to do, our second to do, we can tick it off easily. And if we click edit, cannot read property text of undefined. Index is undefined. Why? Why index is undefined? Edit to do should change the index. Console.log index. Oh, not current edit index. This should be index. Index text. So let's just save. Let's just say our first to do add. Now if edit we, our first add to do cannot read property is done of undefined. So what are we doing wrong? To do in queue to do dot value current index dot value. So let's just save. Now it should do things properly. Edit our first. Yes, now it is editing properly. And let's just see if we can keep our state properly. So it is done, but we editing. So we are saying it to do one. So to do one. So final thing we have to do is means not to do, but it will be nice to change this text accordingly. So we can add a pen with v if or edit index equal to -1, then it will be add to do. Otherwise, it will be edit to do. Pen VL will be edit to do. So save that and now let us say edit. We can see it is showing edit to do. So we have a fully working to do application which you can show in your portfolio as well. So thanks for watching and keep subscribed for more such beautiful content. Thank you.